Everyone wants to be Emperor of Calradia, but you have to ask yourself, do you have the nose for the job? And let me tell you, no one had a nose like old Emperor Nebo. Look at him sitting there. Looks like an eagle soaring through the sky. Oh, what an emperor. And out of his great wisdom and mercy, Emperor Nebo has agreed to allow you to come along and witness one of the most sacred secrets in all of Bannerlord. How to have fun in the late game. If you're curious about the rise of Emperor Nebo, just know that, long story short, we fucked over Big G Money pretty hard. Hey, don't hate the Emperor, hate the game. What's important is where we are now, which is at a place where my empire stretches from Poros all the way up to Karbanseth. And it's ever growing, which is the best part. I have 3 awesome personal fiefs. The first one, my capital, Rote. And you gotta love the big row, because we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 grain villages that are all close by, pumping her full so she gets nice and thick, and that prosperity can go through the roof. To the south, I have my summer fief, Zionica. By the time you capture Zionica, it's very likely already completely upgraded, so you can just farm food and prosperity. And here again, we have 1, 2 grain villages feeding directly into the town, which are going to pump it nice and full. Also have some grapes coming in from over here. And here is my very first fief and the foundation of my empire, the port town of Ortizia. And the people of Ortizia love Emperor Nebo because I protected them from a shit ton of Azurai and Valandian invasions. Holy shit. Probably the most important fief I own, and definitely the bloodiest, Guarantor Castle. This little area right here is a hot spot and a great place to get started for a young noble looking to make a name for himself, and that's exactly what I did. And there were some epic clashes here. And so the Bowman Empire is rising up, ready to rock you like a hurricane, and we're not going to stop until we conquer the map. There's already been a lot of war, and there's more war to come, but at the moment you can see the kingdom is at peace. And peacetime is a great time because there's so much cool stuff to do. It's a great time to make sure all your town projects are queued up, and if you're finished building everything, make sure you're running that irrigation edict to build up those villages to bring in more food and stuff. Peacetime is also a great time to get rid of all those old policies and bring in new and glorious policies. Oh, here come all the democracy fans, infatuated with the illusion of representation. Please. The oligarchs bought your Senate long ago, but it is Emperor Nebo who calls you sons. And as family, we shall forge a Calradian empire that will be the envy of the world. Another thing to do during peacetime, if you can, is try to recruit more nobles to your faction. Let me tell you the love story between me and Big Manny right here, because this guy played really hard to get.
I know
We
your
first met
tricks,
on the
and
field
you
of
know
battle.
mine. So fight or parley. Let's just get to it.
And so before the sun set, we met in glorious battle. Oh, you should have seen the Oklahoma Legion out there fighting in that sunlight. Like a beautiful tapestry. You want to know what makes late game so awesome? This. Giant freaking battles. Oh, I know, it's so much fun killing sea raiders and forest bandits. Why don't you come out here into a real battle where the men are? Charge forth, my pixels. Bring your Emperor glory. It was a brutal and costly battle, but in the end, the Oklahoma Legion prevailed. Then I tried talking to him again, but he was just so happy with his current liege. And what has Brother Nebo always told you about nobles in Calradia? You can take the most bimboed out Instagram influencer. I'm talking the BBL, the fake rack, the fake lips, the fake nails, eyelashes, fake tan, the whole bimbo package. That girl ain't got shit on these gold-digging nobles in Calradia. So if you want them to come to your side, you're going to have to put them in a pinch. And so we looked into our little loyalist here, and we find out his clan is stacked. You can see right there, I've got a 96 relationship, and he's not even interested in what I have to say. That's what I'm telling you. Gold diggers. The good news is that I am the powerful Emperor Nebo. And so, in order to break his will, I'm going to have to break his bank. And all we're going to do is scroll down here, and we're going to find out that Epicrotia and the castle at Ataconia are his fiefs, and that's where most of his wealth is coming from. Not a problem. First one up, Epicrotia. And look who was able to make the party. And so we played a little game of ready or not, here we come in the snow. And just to make a point, we went ahead and took the castle as well. If you love defensive sieges and you're looking for a nice one where you can really tear up enemy armies, Ataconia Castle is a nightmare. Look at this. You have this inner courtyard where they have to bust down the door. Can you imagine if these were crossbowmen or, Palatine guards? Just raining death in here. I mean, it gets nasty. While they're all pinned up, you can pour out some hate. So if you're looking for a fief that causes your enemies nightmares, Ataconia Castle's got to be at the top of that list. And now my sweet Mantios doesn't have any fiefs. And you can see his wealth is in rapid decline. So now that Archon Mantios has an enlightened perspective on the realities of being the enemy of Emperor Nebo and his notorious Oklahoma Legion, let's see if he's more open to discussion. Oh, rejoice, for another powerful family has joined the mighty Bowman Empire. One of the questions I see consistently asked is, how many clans should I recruit to my kingdom? In the encyclopedia, you can look at other kingdoms to kind of gauge what you want to do. Here you can see the Sturgians have 9 clans total, and these are 2 mercenary clans that they've got working for them. The Khazate also have 9 clans. The Azurai have 9 clans and a ton of mercenaries, apparently. Woo! That mercenary bill must be something. And here you see Valandia with 11 clans. And this is why the Valandia AI consistently steamrolls the maps, is because of these extra 2 clans. The more clans you have in your kingdom, the more powerful your kingdom will be. And in particular, the more effective it will be without needing you. In other words, you're not going to have to conduct every siege and be a part of every battle, because your kingdom armies are going to be huge and they're going to have a lot more success in AutoCalc, basically. For my personal kingdom, it can change based upon the playthrough, but on average, I'd say I grab about 7 to 9 clans from my culture. And then something that's kind of fun to do, here after a bit of peacetime, the nobles got all stirred up and wanted to start a war with the Battanians. And to be honest, I was just kind of ready to wipe them off the map. But something that could be kind of fun and thematic to do here is, instead of wiping out all of Battania and all the clans, is find one clan that you want to recruit. The Battanians have been getting pounded by the Valandians, and you can see our man here is already down to average wealth. But he still does have this one very wealthy fief left. It's not a problem at all. You guys know how much Emperor Nebo loves the ones that play hard to get. And look who we captured. And with his fief and life now firmly in my hands, now let's talk. Ooh, only 46%. Oh, you saw it. Oh, Emperor Nebo's just such a charming guy, and don't you know? All right, shouldn't take much to top him off here. Let's go with that big 65. Big money, big money, big money. Oh, God, yes. It's destiny for me to be emperor. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. Who loves you like Emperor Nebo, my family? No one. Stop fighting destiny. Join the Oklahoma Legion today. What'd I tell you about these gold-digging nobles? Jesus. Always shaking me down for some cash. It's fine. I got plenty. What we got here? Yep, please. Here you go. Here's some fun coupons. Just an emperor waiting for a star to fall. Carry you right into my arms. That's where you belong. In my arms, Archon Ergion. From that point, the Legion continued to stomp out the kingdom of Britannia until it was no more. Earmuffs, console players. That means cover your ears because we're about to talk about mods. I think it's a tragedy that you can't mod on console, and I hope someday, console players, all your modding dreams come true. But if you want to add kind of a fun wrinkle to your game and you're on PC, I cannot recommend Party AI controls by Carbon enough. This guy is a master. You pull up the mod here, and I know this all looks a little overwhelming, but all that's happened is I'm in charge of all my kingdom parties. You can even set a template for the type of troops and how many of each that you want to build. And so my armies here, you can see the ratios are a little screwed up. I haven't gone through and done all of them. And you really don't need to. Just for my own personal armies, I got rid of all the horse archers. I don't want any of them. And it's just 40, 30, and 30. And so they'll build pretty close to this. And they have a template here. And if you look at the template, in the end, it's just Cataphracts, Legion, and Palatine Guards. And then, of course, everything you need to build up to them. And so all of my Empire clans are going to follow the Legion template, and they're going to build me a giant Legion. So when I pull my whole kingdom together, it's going to be nothing but a bunch of Legionnaires, Palatine Guards, and Cataphracts. You can also add Manavlians. I have some in my own personal army, but I don't have them in my template, but you could add them if you wanted. But what's fun about this now is that this whole game I've been fighting with my legions, right? And just using the Empire troops. But now that I've stomped out the Kingdom of Britannia and the last Britannian chieftain in Calradia is part of my clan, one of the things that I was very impressed with fighting the Britannians was those damn Fians. So what I can do here with this Party AI control mod, now on top of my Legion parties, I'm going to incorporate some auxiliary troops, right? And in particular, some Britannian Fians. So what I can do with this guy is I can just make his whole army 100% archers and then give him a template. And so he's going to start filling up on Fians. And then these other two members of his clan are on the same program, all right? And they're just out there recruiting Fians and bringing them in. Now, he's the clan leader, and he needs to be out protecting his lands. So we'll just let him roam about as normal and just let the AI handle him. However, one of his clansmen here, Egan, this guy is going to become a part of my personal legion, right? And what I can do is I can come into options here, prevent him from joining other armies. So he and his group of Fians are always ready for me to summon them to come help me out. Everybody's at peace right now, but the next war that kicks off, the Oklahoma Legion's going to have a nice little auxiliary of Britannian Fians joining them. So get ready for the action. So that's the thing dealing with all these noble gold-digging sluts. Sometimes you got to bust them up and break them down a little to get them to see the light. And then, if you want to, don't be afraid to mix in some foreign cultures to bring in some auxiliary troops. That can be kind of a fun way to spice up the end game. Just having a few of the other side's units, kind of fun, I think. Another problem that this party mod solves is dealing with hideouts in the late game. I have such a love-hate relationship with hideouts. In the early game, they're a fantastic way to get loot, level your guy. But as the campaign goes on, keeping the hideouts away from your towns and keeping the bandit population controlled can become very tedious. The problem is that in vanilla Bannerlord, the AI ignores the bandit parties and the looter parties for the most part. You come into the Party AI mod and you check this aggressive patrols feature. Now, it warns you right here in the mod that you probably don't want to enable this until you're, into the late game. Just don't check this option until you're done with farming bandits and hideouts. Because once you turn it on, every kingdom is going to greatly increase its aggression towards bandits and they're going to clean up their lands. Unless it's just really bothering you, once you check that option, you can just leave hideouts where they're at. The AI parties will become much better at keeping the bandit parties thinned out. Here in peacetime, you just chill out, make sure your towns are all tuned up, maybe try to recruit some clans to the family. You can have a lot of fun in the arena now that you're all geared up and skilled up. I showed you with the right mods how you can pretty much just ignore bandit camps, so don't wear yourself out doing those. And then if you've done all that and you're just sitting around, maybe play a few rounds of Pump the Princess. And so there we were, just chilling in peacetime, and then I got a group text from my nobles that they want to go finish off the Northern Empire. All you gotta do when you're the emperor, and people get so worked up about the end game and how awful and tedious, and Dude, this is when you get to see the reward of all your hard work. So we're going to create an army. Now, here's a more seaside scenic look at this awesome town, first off, Diathema. Beautiful, beautiful. And you got the fishing village pumping you food right in, getting that prosperity up. Look at that distance. I mean, they're just filling this thing up. Doesn't get raided a lot. So these villages get nice and fat. Look at that hearts. 753. Look at my other army. See, this is what I'm telling you. Once you get your faction built up, it's really not a lot of work. I want to do this siege, but if I didn't want to, I would just let my AI armies get to it, and they will. 100% they will. If you really want to provoke them into taking a certain fief, what you can do is raid its villages. Now, the magnanimous Emperor Nebo would never raid Empire villages. Of course not. But my nobles have been known to get a little wild every once in a while. You know, I can't be everywhere as emperor, so you know, shit happens, and I don't push too much into it because I'm here to win. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the fun part of the game. I love these sieges because I feel like I'm in a movie, and I don't think there's anything like Bannerlord out there. I think this game is just unreal, and I'm excited to take this one. They could have just opened the gate, but no. They wanted to try the Oklahoma Legion, and that's what you get, family. My boys do not play around. I believe in you, my buddy. Get away. Don't get him. Oh, shit. No. God, that Manavlian dude. Nice shot, fella. Give him an award. Look out, buddy. Oh, no. Boy, it seems unlikely he's getting away. Yeah. The Northern Empire does have one Tier 5 clan left, and Archon Penton here is in charge of it, and I'm going to give him one opportunity. Oh, okay. You are you? We'll find out how happy he is now. It may be brutal, but it's necessary. And here again, another faction bites the dust. Once you declare war, my strategy is typically to use my army to destroy enemy armies, and I allow my AI armies to do all the sieging and capturing at this point. Okay, you don't have to go do siege after siege after siege if you don't want to. Go, boys! March! 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 And yay. And they're doing that good old AI suicide run right at me. And let's just let the boys do what they do best. You can see my armies are moving in here to lay siege. And because I have all those clans, they make big-ass armies that are capable of sieging. And then my big personal legion here, we're going to come south and make sure none of those big-ass Auxillaries armies come bothering us. And this is what I'm telling you about the late game. Anyone who's telling you it's tedious is ridiculous. I'm literally just sitting here running at double time while my army's out here taking over everything, right? You don't have to wear yourself out taking everything. Let your minions do that. And the more nobles you recruit, the faster they'll conquer. And if I wasn't such a magnanimous emperor, a great move to make right now would be to go down here and just raid these lands, right? Now, I'm not doing that because I'm trying to show you that you don't even need to be that active on the map once you get to this phase. You just got to sit back and enjoy the ride. So we took back all the lands that the Auxillaries had to the north, and I'm really not looking to start a campaign into the south. And what I really want to do is get back to uniting the empire. And you can see over here that the Southern Empire is all that's in my way of a united empire. Are they at war with anyone? They are at war with the Auxillaries. How are they doing in that war? Okay, so, oh, and they're pushing. So now is the perfect time to hit them. Diplomacy, I'll take that peace with the Auxillaries. 1690 a day, they're going to pay me, hell yeah. First thing you want to do when you start a war is just immediately go hunt down the enemy armies that they first put together. Here is this massive Southern Empire Legion, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and call the crew together. And where is that lady carrying my fiends? There she is. Hopefully she brings them this time. Don't lose contact with this army. Just stay in front of it while your forces gather. Now my troops are starting to arrive. And this is why I'm telling you, you got to keep an eye on them because they will pivot in a second. We'll wait for the sun to rise up here and then we'll do this. Time to decide the fate of the Empire. Oh, look, my Fiend showed up. Yay! Oh, that makes me so happy. I got a real good feeling between my Fiends and the Palatine Guard. We're getting the better of this shootout in the Bouquet Corral here. We'll see how it goes, but I got a feeling they'll be heading my way soon. Looks like them guys are dropping. It's always funny when you do a tactics video, because every time in the comments, some guy will come in there and be like, what you need to do is split your infantry into 3 different groups and your archers into 7 different groups. And it's like, my man, if you're splitting your army up into 15 different groups to beat the Bannerlord AI, you're doing something wrong. Okay? I have conquered all over Calradia with an infantry section, an archer section, and a cavalry section. That's it. You can complicate it as much as you want to. And if that's fun for you, do it, because that's when Bannerlord is at its best. When you come into this awesome game and you sprinkle in some imagination. Does the diplomacy suck? Yes. Does the battle AI kind of suck? Yes. But you just can't get the Bannerlord experience, and you most certainly can't get the Bannerlord battles anywhere else. So for now, it's the best we've got, and I hope with the War Sales update, they're going to address some of the issues that they should have already addressed, but they haven't. Here's hoping. But oh, look, here they come. I knew we were going to win that shootout. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my cavalry on their keep, okay? We're not going to sit in the back and come with the flank. I want them going right up the gut here, and you can see it's raining those Pelum because I have the Throw Pelum mod. And I really like that one. Now, do my guys... Oh, no. My guys have fire at will. I'm just going to make sure that they do. And then here comes the enemy cavalry. Bonk him right on the head, you son of a bitch. Huh? You don't chop at the Emperor, you piece of shit. You're going to learn. You're going to learn to call me Emperor. Promise you that. And the Oklahoma Legion is getting to work, and look at that. Just glorious. What do I tell you? There's nothing like big Bannerlord battles in all of gaming, and you know what the late game's full of? Big Bannerlord battles. All you have to do is conquer and chill. You do need to pull your guys back every once in a while to allow the reinforcements to get out here and to allow your reinforcements to catch up if you get any. I didn't think I pulled in any reinforcements yet. And here come the Cataphract boys, and I just let them go out there and tear it up. They're already armored tanks, and I have maxed out medicine, so I give them a lot more hit points. I mean, those guys just wreck. And then, you know what, we'll just go ahead and send everybody in. I think most of the archers have used up most of their ammo. Those that haven't can stay back and shoot. Those that have can join the charge. Isn't this awesome? Dude, I just love this game so much. I don't understand the negativity it's gotten. Yes, it needs a lot more work, but it sounds like they're getting to it. So, I'm super excited about War Sales. I just can't wait. Don't let the negative Nancy's get you down. There's a lot of fun to be had in the Bannerlord late game, especially if you know what you're doing. And now, because you have been greatly blessed to ride along with the great Emperor Nebo and his infamous Oklahoma Legion, you have learned the ultimate way to conquer and chill. Careful now. You might have a lot of fun. Oklahoma out.